Hey, my name is Lynn Schrader, and I empower men and women to step outside of their self-imposed comfort zone and begin living a life that they could have never, ever imagined. I love to ignite a passion and a fire in people that are ready for a change. So let me begin today and tell you that what I'm going to talk about today is something called self-awareness. When I was in Bahamas last week, I did yoga for the first time ever. Still surprised myself that it took me so many years to do that because I fell in love with it. But what I discovered is as I am doing my very first session of yoga, I realized that I was not aware of the way my body was feeling. I was so detached from the self-awareness because I was concerned with what position I needed to be in, where everybody else was, were my legs right, was my neck correct in the correct position, and I was not aware of where my body and my breathing and all of those things that yoga is so well known for, this connection between mind and body. I was not that way. And by the third day, I was so much better at it. Excuse me, my dog is sneezing. But anyway, I realized that so many times that is yoga is almost a small representation of what we do, what we don't do in our day-to-day life. We quite often are not aware, or we're not self-aware. We are not aware of what we are all made up of. So many times, all too often, we are strangers to ourselves. And it's in relationships with other people that we begin to learn about ourselves. And that is not a bad thing. That's a good thing. But my thought would be, what if we really got to know ourselves prior to these relationships? How great that would be. There's really 3 areas, maybe 4 areas about ourselves, 3 self-knowledge areas. And one is what we know about ourselves and what others know about ourselves. Second area is what is known to others, but we don't see it in ourselves, right? We're blind to it. And then the third area would be what we know about ourselves, but no one else does. And today I want to talk about those areas about ourselves that we don't know and why it's so important. When we begin to think about ourselves, we can begin to think about ourselves in relationship to those in the world around us. Why is it important to have this self-awareness? I believe self-awareness is super important in relationships. You've got to know yourself and what you're made of before you can bring someone else into the picture and really have a fulfilling relationship. But also, if you want to set goals, it's important to know more about yourself. If you want to have a full life, if you want to live a life that's not by accident, it's important to get to know yourself. So I came up with some things after I did yoga. I thought, how can I, on a day-to-day basis, or at least a month-to-month, a quarter-to-quarter basis, how can I get to know myself so that I can really bring value to those around me and also receive what the world is trying to give me? So I came up with some things, and they are really simple. They're very simple, but I thought I'd throw them out at you. By the way, as you're watching this video, I'd love to know where you're watching from. So just go ahead and put the city where you are at right now in the comment section. And if you know somebody who really could stand to listen to this message, go ahead and tag them in the comments. So let's get on with this self-awareness. One thing that you and I can do is to get to know our core values. In fact, I think this is one of the most important primary things that we need to do as we're becoming self-aware. Get to know our core values, that moral code that's inside of us, that those things that are near and dear to our heart. And then to ask yourself, why do you hold that moral code? Here are some examples. Do you hold family near and dear to your heart? Do you put that up on a pedestal and you think that that is something that you cannot live without? Or maybe another example would be your faith, your family, your faith, honesty. Do you hold that to high regard? Integrity, philanthropy, sharing what you have. Maybe, I'll just go contrary to that, maybe you believe that the world is a bad place and there's no improving it. Or maybe you believe that you are powerless to change fate, no matter what. You have no power to change fate. Or that life is meaningless. You wake up today, live and breathe, tomorrow you die, whatever that saying is. That's your core value. Those are your core values. So now ask yourself why. Why do I believe that way? That's all part of getting to know yourself before you can go out and have relationships with others. It's really important to get to know those core values and why. Second thing is to get to know your dreams. What are your dreams? I don't really know anybody who doesn't have dreams. They may not admit they have dreams, but I believe everybody's got something inside of them that gets them excited, that gives them hope, that they're passionate about. Maybe it's their purpose. Get to know those passions, those purposes, those dreams, and then ask yourself, why? Why are those important to me? When did I first recognize that they were important to me? Becoming aware, instead of just numbing yourself through life, ask yourself why. What are those dreams? Where did they originate? When did they originate? Why am I passionate about it? What could I do with those dreams? The third thing is to get to know your likes and your dislikes. We all have them, and they can range from I love to be in a crowd, or I dislike being in a crowd. I like crowds, I dislike crowds. I like to be the life of the party. I like to sit off in a corner. I love to be out in the hustle and bustle. I love to read. Get to know your likes and dislikes and give yourself permission to be okay with any way those are. There's no right and there's no wrong. But when you do some self-awareness and get to know what those likes and dislikes are, I believe it's that self-awareness which will help you be in better relationships, because again, you're not numbing yourself through life. You are living to the fullest because you know what you're about. The next one might be get to know your moods. I know that's kind of strange, but I realize that, wait a second, I have moods. I have ups and downs. I don't have extreme ups and downs, but I have different moods, and you do too. When do those moods happen? Is it at the end of the day? Is it when you come in contact with certain types of people? Is it in the change in the seasons? Is it when you're stressed? Get to know your moods. Become self-aware of when things set you off and when things are sailing smoothly. We all have moods. No one flatlines through life. We all have moods. So get to know what those moods are, when they happen, and begin to ask yourself that question that I've been saying the whole time. Why? Why do I have that mood? When does it happen? The next one, number 5, I don't even know what number I'm on. Get to know your environment. What's going on around you? Again, we don't want to just sort of slink through life insulated and numb. Get to know your environment around you. How does that environment work in your day-to-day life? How do you respond to that environment? Get to know it. Are you an outdoor person? Are you an indoor person? Are you, again, what season do you like? Get to know your environment. Are you a city dweller or are you a country dweller? Do you like crowds? Do you like one-on-one conversations? Your environment. Get to know your environment. Again, when you do that self-awareness in all of these areas, you'll be a greater value to the world around you because you will be in tune with the person you are. And the last one is get to know your body. Get to know your body. Do not make excuses for your body. Don't assume that if you've reached this age, you can't do something anymore. Don't assume that if you're this size or shape or age, like I just said, that you can or cannot do something. Get to know your body. Test your body. Try new things with your body. I do believe that so many times we just put ourselves in a box with I'm this age, or I'm this size, or I'm this way, so I can't do this. And I'm saying become more aware of your body and all the things that it could do if you challenge it. Now, to tie these all up, why is it important? When we really get to know ourselves, we move to a place of self-acceptance and increased self-worth. When you look into your core values, your dreams, your likes, your dislikes, your moods, your environment, and your body, there are no wrong answers. Those questions or those areas were not meant to make you feel bad about them. They were really to bring you to a place of self-acceptance and self-worth so that you can take the best part of those things that you looked into and make them even better. And that's what this world is about. It's about improving on who we are and what we're made of. Always knowing that we are perfectly imperfect. We are perfectly imperfect, and we are valuable to the world around us. If you got any value out of this, my challenge would be for you this weekend is to do some self-awareness activities. Get to know those moods that you get in. Get to know your core values. Get to know your likes and your dislikes, your passions, your dreams, and study yourself. I know I have 3 sons that are moving into relationships and moving out into the world, and I say to them, building relationships and getting to know yourself through those relationships are awesome, but it's almost better when you can get by yourself and get to know yourself first. Hope that makes sense. If you got any value out of this video, again, share it with somebody that you think it may be perfect for. Tag them in the comment section below. If you got any ideas that you'd want me to talk on, I coach people all the time, and I love to hop on here to do some video coaching. So I'd be happy to take one of your subjects and expand on it on here. So feel free to share that in the comment section below as well. Have a great weekend. Thank you so much for watching. And if you'd like to share some of your self-awareness that you just became aware of, share it in the comment section below. Thank you, and hello to Erin from Canada. So good to get to know you over the Facebook world. Have a great day, guys. Thanks for watching.